Hi, my name is Nikki Fozzard and I'm from the School of Medical Science. Today I'm going to just tell you a little bit about course analytics. You may or may not know about course analytics, but previously we used to have to opt in to have analytics enabled in our Learning at Griffith course sites, but now fortunately for us it is automatically enabled and anyone can access these reports in Learning at Griffith. So the first thing you need to know is obviously how to access these reports. So once you're in your Learning at Griffith course site, you scroll down to the course management area, and under the evaluation tab, you can expand that and you can see here there's course analytics and course reports. So these are two distinct areas, but the course analytics is the one I'm going to be discussing today. So you can see here we've got 4 different reports, and each one of them will tell you something different about your students and their engagement in the course. In particular, these first 3 reports are really only useful once the course starts and students start engaging in your content on Learning at Griffith. And they usually allow you to view data for up to 7 days. But you can change the date, the date window that you want to view those. Probably the easiest way to get to know those reports is just through learning about them or visiting the Course Analytics website. The report I'm actually going to focus on today is this report, Know Your Learners. So this one is actually useful prior to students engaging on Learning at Griffith, so you can use it prior to trimester starting, and it just gives you a bunch of demographic information about students. So with all course analytics reports, one of the handiest features with these is that you can export them into different formats. I'll talk a little bit later about how I use it in Excel format, but you can see once we open up this report, there's a lot of useful information, graphs, numeric data, and generally below each graph or value, it gives you an explanation of what you're looking at. So you can see that with this report, I get some demographic information about citizenship status, language at home. We've got the different, whether they're continuing or commencing students, student study load, and the different degrees or programs rather, that your students are undertaking. You can see that there's little plus marks here. So if I do expand those, if those programs have majors, you can then see the breakdown in terms of majors. So you can see that for all of these reports, you're just getting an overview of your students, who they are, and just getting insight into who you have in your cohort. However, you don't get to see this information at an individual level. So for example, these 5 students, I don't, from this report, I won't know who they are. And there are other ways that you can find out that information. However, probably I think the most useful part of this report is this section here, the failed attempts at this course. So there is no easy way to access this information unless you have PeopleSoft access. But because this report easily generates it, you can actually at an individual level, if you expand this, you can see students that have previously failed the course. And this then allows you to identify these students and then track them. So one of the things I've done in the past, as I mentioned, you can export to Excel. So if I then take that data I just showed you, export it to Excel, you can see that it comes up in Excel looking fairly similar. But you can then expand these rows and get those student details. And then through a process, you can take it from Excel and put it into your Mark Center. What that then allows you to do is through the trimester, without having to repeatedly access these course analytics reports. You can then see that information, track students as they attempt different assessment items. You can, when you have consultations with them or office hours, you can easily identify that these are repeating students and have that information easily accessible through Mark Center. The other way that I use this is that I can easily, through identifying the students, I can then email students and through mail merge send them an email that welcomes them back to the course and offers additional support to help them succeed in the course. So you can see that these reports don't have to be just static bits of information or bits of data, but you can actually take some of that information and use it. Hopefully this is just one tiny way that you may be able to use this information. But if you have any questions, feel free to email the course analytics team and they'll be able to help you.